Young people and drug use. Her focus is an herb native to southern Mexico that causes hallucinations when smoked and can cause the user to lose control of thoughts and actions. It's called Salvia, and it's perfectly legal in most states, but now it's under increased scrutiny following the allegation that the suspect in the Tucson shooting, Jared Loughner, was a regular user. Here's my co-anchor Terry Moran with our report.
If you go to YouTube and type in the word salvia, you enter an underground world.
Salvia for the first time.
It's called Salvia divinorum, magic mint, Sally D. It packs a powerful hallucinogenic punch unlike anything else out there.
Dang!
At higher doses, it produces a visionary state where you basically go into a waking dream. It's very similar to dreaming, like sleep dreaming. Except that you're awake.
All these videos are posted by people who claim they show people who are smoking salvia. They take a hit and within a minute seem to get slammed by an intense psychological experience. They go limp, they lose coordination, they start to laugh uncontrollably, or call out incoherently, or cry, or just sit there stunned. After just a few minutes, the trip ends. The kids are back.
I like to think that the trip is over now.
And it's not just an isolated subculture experimenting with the drug. In this video, hosted last month by TMZ, teen singer Miley Cyrus is reportedly smoking salvia.
The experience is usually not pleasurable. It's usually kind of frightening and disorientating, and
It's scary.
it can be scary. I mean, some people are able to handle it better than others.
That's Daniel Siebert, one of the world's pharmacological experts on salvia. He's researched it, used it, and sold it over the internet for years.
And is this something that you would sell then?
Yeah.
How much would this cost?
Well, I sell this for $65.
Okay.
A gram of this.
It's an ordinary-looking herb, a member of the sage family, native to the mountains of Oaxaca, Mexico, where the Mazatec Indians used it for spiritual healing. Here, it's all about the trip.
I'm going in the world. I'm going in the different world.
But is it safe?
I think that he had smoked salvia to such an extent that something happened in his brain. I think he just snapped.
Kathleen Chittister's 17-year-old son Brett killed himself in January 2006, zipping himself into a tent in his dad's garage in Wilmington, Delaware, lighting a charcoal grill and asphyxiating himself. According to his parents, he'd been smoking salvia on and off for months. Brett was a straight-A high school senior. He had a job and a girlfriend. He was a together kid.
I never saw any signs that there was anything wrong.
Brett's mom, Kathleen, believes her son's salvia trips were reshaping his mind, the way he saw himself and life and the world. He left behind a journal recording his new insights.
Our system of time has no meaning and is completely pointless in the grand scheme of things. Also, our existence in general is pointless when compared with everything else there is in the universe. Us earthly humans are nothing. The Brett that I knew and loved, he would never have said that. He would never have believed that.
And there are chilling similarities between Brett's journal entries and the internet ramblings of Tucson shooter Jared Loughner. According to Loughner's friends, he too seemed to undergo dramatic mental changes after taking salvia.
The salvia did have a huge play in his mental psyche and the things that he thought. The side effects, the long-term effects. He would say he was using it, and he would talk about it and say like what it would do to him, and I would like be, dude, that's screwed up.
Brett's parents are now speaking out, campaigning to have salvia outlawed, as it's been in Delaware. Brett's Law, it's called. And so when the Chittisters see the YouTube videos, they want to warn others.
Parents, a lot of them are oblivious to what's going on. I mean, I didn't even know. You know, as close as I was with Brett, I didn't know what he was doing. But no, when I watch them, I think, you know, wow, people really should be scared.
I don't think anyone would decide to commit suicide as a result of a salvia experience, that it's just so inconceivable to me. You know, I assume he must have had some other issues in his life.
Daniel Siebert argues that salvia, when used properly by responsible adults, can help deepen awareness.
You mentioned beneficial. This is a beneficial herb. How do you mean that? For whom? How?
It's beneficial as a tool for introspection, which I mentioned previously, and that's something that shouldn't be minimized. Sometimes I've taken salvia where I've had some difficult life situation with a relationship problem or something like that, where I was sort of like uncertain, well, what should I do about this thing? And I'd taken salvia, and suddenly it's totally clear. It's like, why didn't I see this before?
Now, maybe that sounds a bit far out to you, a little trippy. But many medical researchers are excited about salvia because they say its unique properties hold tremendous promise.
And there may be some derivatives that can be made that would actually be active against cancer. And HIV, there's some tantalizing evidence that kappa agonists actually prevent two HIV-infected cells from fusing with each other. This is big stuff. At the present time, there are a lot of therapeutic targets that have many people excited.
And it's worth exploring.
There's no question that it's worth exploring. I think that, you know, you're seeing a lot of investment in that in the basic science world.
But all that investment, all that promise could vanish overnight if the government criminalizes the sale or possession of salvia, as the Arizona legislature and the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency are considering doing right now.
I think it would scare away development and could inhibit it.
Keep going.
But what about all those young people tripping on salvia? And what if Jared Lee Loughner's descent into mental illness and allegedly violence was in part driven by his use of salvia? Should the government try to stop this?
If it has benefits to people, then we're all for that.
Dude, how do you stop?
But to just have it used randomly here and there by kids of all, Brett was 16 when he purchased it, and had no idea the ramifications. I mean, there was no warnings, there was no nothing. And to have it out there and readily available to kids of that age or even younger, I'm just totally against that.